Hi, everybody. I'm a little late tonight. It's Matthew Dickson of minday.ca. I usually start these at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I'm 7 minutes late. Sorry about that. Anyway, I've got some good news. I'm taking the Unfair Advantage Live course from Chris Winfield and Jen Gottlieb of Superconnector Media. And they have an event each year called Unfair Advantage Live, and it's where you get to meet some of the top TV show producers in the States, like for CBS, ABC, Oprah, and whatnot, dozens of other shows, and get training on how to be on TV and whatnot. So that starts tomorrow. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, October 18th, 19th, and 20th. Really looking forward to that. I've taken Chris and Jen's training before. Their Be on TV boot camp. They teach you how to get on TV, be in the media. Very excited about that. I'm hoping to make some good connections and maybe get on some TV shows. Here's hoping. So, yeah, I did a Zoom this morning with some people with schizophrenia and mental illness in New Brunswick, a Zoom with them. And some of those are my favorites to do. I know you shouldn't be happy about people being sick. I'm definitely not, but I do podcast interviews and like YouTube videos and whatnot. You don't really see the people on the other end. And when I'm talking with people in the midst of mental illness, when it can be quite bad, or talking to family members trying to cope with their family member with mental illness, some of the Zooms I do with them I enjoy those the most. And like I said, it's not because I'm happy they're sick, the opposite of that, but it just takes me back to when I was in that state of desperation. And I was in a state of desperation for so long, and to be of service, to be helpful, to help them out in any way, it makes me feel like I really feel like I've been through this maze. I think there's a fable or mythology of the Minotaur, this beast that chases you through a maze, and that's what it felt like. And I finally got out of the maze after coming headfirst into dead end after dead end, and not knowing where I'm going, how to get out of this maze. I finally made it out. I've got peace and contentment. I have full, complete thoughts now. I'm not cured. You could say I'm finally managing my disease, or it's in remission, whatever you want to use. I have schizophrenia. But the words I use are I'm successfully recovered from schizophrenia, but I still take a medication and I try to live a healthy lifestyle. But the disease could come back. They say it's likely it won't, but who knows? I'm hoping it won't. I'm definitely hoping it won't. And they say it's likely it won't, so that's good. But to speak with people in the depths of despair, and it's to be helpful, it's like I'm coming up to them. Look, I made it out. I'm there in the maze with them to a certain degree, and say, look, here's the map. Here's the map. You can get out. Go this way. Go this way. Go this way. Do this. Do this. Here's some tips. Here's some anything. Here's a slingshot for David to throw it to use at Goliath. Here's your slingshot, David. So I did one of those today, and it just makes me feel more useful, to say the least. It's after years of feeling useless, and yes, I was not useless, but a negative feeling. One of the many negative feelings mental illness can give you is uselessness. I got that. You just feel like you can't do as much as you usually could, and you wish you could, but you can't. Although you think you can, but you can do more than you think. And actually, on a tangent, that's a double-edged sword. It makes you think you're doing nothing, yet everything you do with mental illness it's amazing. All the accomplishments you do, just simply lying in bed, can be amazing. It's an amazing accomplishment for people to do that. And you're lying there thinking, oh, I'm just lying in bed. I'm not doing anything. I can't do what I usually want to do. And you have all these negative thoughts go through your head. And it's not that. It isn't. It's the feats you do each day to simply exist in your body with mental illness. It's unbelievable. And I've said before, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, the Hollywood actress, said people with mental illness should be awarded medals. You can find that quote online. She had bipolar. And I'm in Canada. Basically, what we're saying is you should be meeting with the Prime Minister of Canada or leader of whatever country you're in and awarded medals. Take that a step further. How many medals should you be awarded? 1, 2, 3, 4? You could argue you should be awarded medals every single day that you're surviving with mental illness. Millions of us should deserve medals. We should be taken to the capital of our city with the big event and just be awarded medals every single day. Every day. Well, what do you have to do today? Well, I've got to go to Ottawa, capital of Canada. Got to go to Ottawa today to get another medal. And what are you doing the next day and the next day? Well, why don't you just move to Ottawa and receive your medals every day? So I want to remind you of that. It's phenomenal what you're doing. So keep fighting. Keep fighting. It's when you get to the other side, it's beautiful. When you get peace and contentment, it's absolutely beautiful. And I encourage you to keep fighting. And even if you can't get there, there's lots to live for while you're living with mental illness. You can receive compliments from people. You can do things. In your worst years, maybe you can't do as much as you want. But when you get to a more manageable level, yes, the pain doesn't go away entirely, but you can do things. You can help people out. You can be friends to people. You can help other people struggling, even though you're sick. There's tons you can do. And I just encourage you to do that because people need you. People need you at whatever stage of mental illness recovery you're going through. People need you at every single stage. Other people need you. When you're at your worst and you're thinking you can't do anything, you go out in public and people see you or people hear about you, friends and family, people you've known in your life. They think, wow, he's going through that or she's going through that. Wow, that is incredible. I wish I could be as strong as him or her. And that person is you. You're their hero. You're doing it. And so keep fighting. Even in your darkest days, you're valuable. You're valuable even if no one thinks you're a hero. Maybe no one knows about you. You are still valuable. You're a wonderful person. I know you may not, some people out there might not have heard that. You might not have heard that. Words of encouragement and praise. Millions of people haven't. Millions of people are lonely. I've read a book recently by Vivek Murthy, the US Surgeon General, and it's called Together. He talks about loneliness, simple loneliness, not even mental illness or all the other things that can go wrong with the mind, just simple loneliness that everybody feels. There might be some people in the world who've never felt lonely, ever, and they're happy being by themselves. But for most people, loneliness everyone's felt that. And when you're sick with mental illness, my loneliness was very, very severe. I really did not like being by myself, really did not like it. And I forced myself to go and be because you can't always have people with you. And so I did things by myself, but it was tough. It was, but I tried my best. And but loneliness should be talked about more. There shouldn't be as much shame around loneliness, whether you have mental illness or not. The shame around loneliness, the stigma around it is, you see somebody eating alone in a restaurant. Well, I've read articles online about, well, why is there this stigma about people who eat alone in restaurants? It could be a business person out doing wonderful things for work. He's on the road. She's on the road. And they're out there at a restaurant after work getting food. And yet there's a stigma around, oh, they're just by themselves. They have no social life. And all these things can go through people's heads. Don't think that. You don't know what that person's going, why they're eating there alone. And there's a stigma around it. And there should be more talk about loneliness. For people, loneliness is a big thing. It can really hurt them. And yeah, it's something we should talk about more, be more respectful of. And a lot of the times when we're lonely, it's not even our fault. It's just the way our infrastructure is, our society, the way we gather together, the way we're forced to gather. We're forced to go to work because of the Industrial Revolution. We're forced to live in a home by ourselves. We're forced to do this. We're forced to do that. All these things. Offices, we've got cubicles where you sit there by yourself a lot of the time. And it's a lot of the stuff is not our fault. It's just the way it's evolved slowly over centuries. In the old days, as hunter-gatherers, we would spend time with people out walking in the woods, out in the Serengeti or wherever, walking in nature. We'd go for hikes. That's what we did. We looked for things. The average time spent walking for hunter-gatherers, modern-day hunter-gatherers, is about 10 kilometers, 10, 12 kilometers. The Amish walk about 9 or 10 or 11 kilometers a day, very similar. The average golfer walking without a cart walks about 10 kilometers on a golf round. That's the case for golf. Some people think golf is a waste of time. It's a waste of land. The land could be used for, could be put back to its wilderness. At the same time, I don't want to weigh pros and cons about golf right here, but for a simple thing it does is gets people out simulating hunter-gatherer lifestyle. You're out carrying some things, swinging some bats and golf clubs, whatever, and you're out in a group of people. You're out with your tribe, your friends usually, and you're out walking 10 kilometers, 10 kilometers. That's what hunter-gatherers did. You're out in nature. Yes, it's a golf course. It's manicured to a certain degree, but basically golf courses are fairly pretty places with trees around, and you're out in the sunshine, and it's great. I was on a golf course the other day. I don't go out golfing very much at all, but it's nice. It's nice to get out there and just be with your friends, going out, traveling around. And yes, you're not looking for food, roots and berries, but you're not clubbing any animals. You don't want to although some people might want to club the Canada geese on golf courses, but anyway, haha. So yeah, walking, getting out in nature is great, and that's one thing to do. If you're lonely, maybe go to a golf course and just go by yourself. A lot of golf courses want to match you up with other people to play. They want to have full 4 people going out on each hole. Might be a way to meet some people and get out in nature. And I forgot where I was going with this long tangent. Anyway, I'll keep it there for now. I'll keep it there for now. So anyway, I'll be back on Wednesday night. And like I said, sometimes I forget these, and like tonight I was a little bit late, so sorry about that. But I want to keep doing these, and I want to keep getting better at public speaking. These are a good place for me to practice that and give some information out to people, hopefully inspire some people to keep going, educate some people on mental illness, schizophrenia, things they might not know about. So yeah, and so thanks for watching. Those who have, appreciate it. Comment or reach out to me. My email's info@minday.ca, or reach out to me on social media. Would love to chat. Thanks so much, and have a great evening.